Okay. Yeah, so how I've gotten a sense that the best way that we can make this all work through Zoom is everybody put your cameras on. If you feel comfortable with that, that would be very helpful for me. And with your guitar in the frame so I can see what your hands are doing. But keep muted. And we're going to be doing a lot of playing together. But unfortunately, because of the latency that is inherent with Zoom, yeah, if all of you are unmuted, it is going to be quite quite a sight to behold. A cacophony of not the finest sort. Okay. Just as we wait for until 12, as a couple more people trickle in, I'm going to play a bit of this. Also, now would be a good time to make sure you're all tuned up to standard. Yeah, everything we're going to be doing today is out of standard tuning, mostly around G position. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Oh, tell him I'm gone. Don't want no cold iron shackles around my legs. All around my legs, all around my legs. When you hear that great howl howling, somebody's dying. Somebody's dying. Somebody's dying. Is the hammer that killed my brother. Laid him low, laid him low, oh, laid him low. Cool. Yeah, well, I can't really tell how it's sounding over there. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. But the best way to do that would be just send me a message in the chat. And if it's a question that can be easily answered from something in the chat, I'll go by that. And if not, we can find a way, just like send me a message and you can unmute yourself and ask, and we can work through it. But yeah, as you saw, one second. Yeah. Sorry, one second. Okay, and yeah, just one more time, if everybody could make sure they are muted right now. Okay. All right, well, to start off, this is something that I always find myself doing when I'm in the process of learning any piece of music, but especially when it comes to country blues music. I think the most important thing is just using your ear as much as possible. And before we go about learning this Spike Driver Blues by Mississippi John Hurt together and all of the wonderful technique that is so beautifully worked into the song, yeah, let's all just, I'm gonna share yeah. Okay, let me know if all of you are able to hear this. Let's see, this should work now. There we go. Let me know if you can all hear this.
Take this hammer and carry it to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Take this hammer and carry it to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. Just tell him I'm gone. I'm sure he's gone. This is the hammer that killed John Henry, but it won't kill me. But it won't kill me. But it won't kill me. This is the hammer that killed John Henry, but it won't kill me. But it won't kill me. Ain't gonna kill me. It's a long ways from East Colorado, honey, to my home, honey, to my home, honey, to my home. It's a long ways to East Colorado, honey, to my home, honey, to my home. That's why I'm going. John Henry left.
Hey, sorry, can everyone make sure they're please muted? Please make sure you're muted. Okay.
His camel lays inside the road, lay inside the road, lay inside the road. John Henry left his hammer all over in rain, all over in rain. That's why I'm gone. John Henry's a steel driving boy, but he went down, but he went down, but he went down. John Henry was a steel driving boy, but he went down, but he went down. That's why I'm gone.
All right. Well, let's begin talking about this beautiful song. So he's capoed about up or tuned up about a half step. But we're just going to do this in standard tuning for everyone's convenience. It's a little bit low for me to sing it here, but that's one just aspect of any sort of playing or singing or performing when it comes to this repertoire is it's really all about listening to the music as much as you can, absorbing as much of the information that's stored there, and returning back to it. But at the end of the day, you front load all that work so that at the end you can really just not even really be thinking about it. There's so much effort and energy put into all of the initial stages of absorbing and synthesizing, but just like feel free to use this form as what it is. It's a template to, you know, foster your own expression and make decisions about how you want to go about singing or playing this. So, you know, personally, I'm not going to exactly sing it like he does, because it'll be a bit too low for my voice in this position. But yeah, well, one thing that I want to get us all started with, which is one of the most central techniques in all country blues music on this beautiful instrument, is what's happening with the picking hand. So as you heard in that recording, there's separation between the thumb, which is holding down the bass, and the fingers, which are playing the melody. So let's just start all together. And it looks like we have 2 more people joining, so I'm going to make sure they are muted. So start with your guitar in a G position. And this is a really important part about this song. I know that some people might be used to playing a G chord like this, but what John Hurt is doing and what you see in a lot of country blues music is a G chord made with your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the big E string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and your pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the little E string. Because what you'll see is that having this position allows you to access every single note of the melody. That's the brilliant thing about this song, is that everything is happening within these 3 frets. And the only difference that I'll just show you, So let's all start. Take your thumb, and we're going to alternate between 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, or E, D, A, D, E, D, A, D. And really just try to feel the groove of this. Tap with your foot on the downbeat. One, two, three, four, 1, 2. Okay, and whenever you're feeling ready, I mean, ideally I could imagine doing a workshop, which is just gathering a group of you lovely folks and just doing this for half an hour, because that is how you build the separation in your picking hand, is getting it to a point where this thumb is just operating on a different plane. So what we're all going to do is taking our middle finger, which is currently fretted on the 2nd fret of the A string, and moving it down a string to the D string. So you see the middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string, and that's the 1 chord change that's happening in this song. And now you can see how our thumb pattern has changed. It's now just the E string, the D string. So we're gonna call this chord 2, and what we were just doing before, chord 1. So we're gonna do this for a little bit longer, and then I will give a call and we will all switch back. Let's do it 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back, move your finger up. Okay, let's do this. Let's try doing this full cycle 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready to switch, and then to 2. Back to 1. So as we do this, I think try to think about how he was singing it in that recording we just listened to, because all the melody that's happening on the guitar is parallel to the melody that he's singing. And that's another thing I really hope to impart upon anyone who's interested in delving deeper, continuing to delve into this music, is that you have to listen to the voice first. Because the voice is the central thing, and the guitar is really following what the voice is putting down. So, take this hammer and carry it to the captain. That's when you switch. Tell him I'm gone. Switch back. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. You see where we switch? Tell him I'm gone. Oh, tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Let's do one more verse together. I don't want no more cold iron shackles. Switch there. Around my leg. Around my leg. Around my leg. Okay, how's that feeling? Thumbs up if that's all making sense, or let me know if you have any questions about that G position. I know for some people who are used to this one, it can be a bit of a stretch to get this one active, but you will see in just a second why this is so important. Okay, great, thumbs up. And like I said, if at any moment you're not sure what's happening, shoot me a message and we'll go back through it, and there will also be a recording of all of this at the end. So the melody that's happening under that bass pattern that we just learned. So that seems straightforward, but when you consider that all of these notes fit right inside of this chord. So keep these two fingers down, and I'm going to play this even slower. And just try to use your ear, look at my hands, and try to follow along. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So let's just start with the first half and think about how that parallels exactly how the melody line of the song goes. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone. And pay attention to how the open notes of this tuning are doing a lot of the work for you. So you're grabbing that first one with your pinky. The pinky's doing almost all of it. I think that probably out of this whole song, that's one of the trickiest bits to get, is that last little part of the melody, which requires the pinky to go. So I'm getting that first note with my middle finger. And then the second one, your pinky moves up to the B string. And I'm getting that second note with my first finger. And then once again, the open note with my middle finger. So we have da, da, da. And then finally that third one, once again with your middle finger. So it's middle finger, first finger, middle finger, middle finger. Okay, so here's what I want all of us to do, and let me know if there's any parts of that seem unclear. I can run through that melody once again. But what I was thinking that we all do next is I will play the whole song, and all of you guys pick along with just the melody. And it would also be great if you try to sing with it as well, because I think that will really help you get the melody internalized in a deeply rooted way. So I'm just going to do it at a same pace, playing. Actually, let's all start together, just playing the melody, and I'll be singing it. So feel that rhythm, feel that pulse. Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Now I'm going to introduce the bass into it. You guys keep playing the melody. Or if you're ready for it, throw in that bass too. I don't want no cold iron shackles all around my legs, all around my legs, all around my legs. This is the hammer that killed old John Henry. Lay him low. Laid him low. Laid him low. Yeah, so how's that feeling for all of you? Are there any particular parts of that I mean, the hardest thing about this is that what's happening with the bass and what's happening with the melody at face value seem to be very minimal. But when you put it together, there's a lot of interesting interplay that happens between these two parts. And if this is your first time really dipping your toes into fingerpicking blues music, it takes some time for your brain to get used to having these two things going at the same time in a way that feels natural. So yeah, my advice would be this recording I can I'll have it linked to the recording of this workshop, the original John Hurt. And if this is a song that you want to add to your repertoire, I would recommend initially just trying to follow the bass. Listen to the recording and following the bass, getting that pattern going. And when I was, getting started with this, okay. When I was getting started with this, I would, just try to distract myself, try to have a conversation and keep an alternating bass going, or even just zone out into space or watch a show on television at low volume, because you just want your thumb to feel comfortable functioning in these little patterns. But yeah, and then after that, get that melody under your fingers. I think that the two hardest parts about it are this. And if you notice what the picking hand, it's doing the exact same thing. It's middle finger, index, middle finger, middle finger. So we have da 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 da. But yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, just let me know how is that feeling under your fingers right now? Is it anything that practicing won't fix? And feel free to send me a message in chat or unmute and say something so I'm not totally speaking towards the endless swirling Zoom vortex, even though it's great to see all of your lovely faces and instruments.
Say, Roman.
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Oh, great, man. Sorry, I was just on the call before and I just needed the visual. But so that melody, the melody along with the bass that you were just doing super slow.
Mm-hmm.
Any way you can kind of bring your hand in close and do that one time?
Which hand? This one? The picking hand?
Your right hand, sorry.
This one.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That is better. And okay. And just like one or two times through with the high melody.
And one thing that I think actually might be very helpful just in terms of what's happening between these two fingers, and this is another really important part of country blues picking hand, is you notice how they sort of work with one another. They're sort of helping each other get these melodies, because some people play with two fingers and that style works very well for their purposes. But there's some things that you can get two fingers, meaning a thumb and a first finger, but what we're doing is a 3-finger picking style. And if you notice in the tail end of the melody, it's like, just think of it rhythmically, da 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 da. So like I said, the last two ones are done in the exact same way in terms of what's happening with this hand. So one note here, 2 notes here. But that one that's lower, so that comes first, That's middle, first, middle, first. So that's pure alternation between the two. Let me see what you just said, David. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where the way that I'm approaching this is just how I've made sense of it. And one thing that you learn the more of this music that you explore and listen to is that there's no right or wrong way to go about it, but there are some fundamental things that qualities to this music that are really important. So as long as you can get that steady pulse, as long as you can get that interplay between these two voices, then the means that you go about it, that is a journey for you to take yourself. But what I can say is that the thumb is so much of this style. And yeah, I'm going to just play this and show you, now that we've gotten the framework of the song, some of the ways that I may go about embellishing it, or some of the things that I tend to go to. I mean, this song in particular, the reason I wanted to teach this as a, workshop that's, I feel accessible to anyone, even if you've been playing this music for a long time, is that there's so much that this song teaches us, just in the minimalism, but yet it's almost like the sparsity of the song tricks your ear into thinking there's more going on than there is, which is a quality that I think some of the finest traditional music holds very near to its core. But just for the heck of it, if I know that there's some of you, I can tell based off of how you're playing that this technique is something that you've explored at various lengths. So I'll just show some of the ways that you may go about embellishing this, or making it your own, or doing some variations. But first, tuning. So that's one thing that John Hurt does a lot. And maybe that's sort of what David is talking about, is you have the first finger functioning in a way that's almost closer to the bass. So you have that melody we did. And you throw the first finger between those two notes. This is sort of overdoing it to demonstrate. I would not keep the first finger going this steady. But you see how it kind of creates a little bit of a groove to it. Another thing I think is very important to explore is the angle of this hand. Because when you listen to that recording that we listened to, you hear that he's not getting crisp, clear, distinct notes. In actuality, how he's playing is probably more akin with like a lot more brushing. He does it in a much more subtle and tasteful way than that. But that's another thing that I think it would be very fruitful to consider, is just the quality of your bass notes specifically. You can have them clear and ringing, which some people like, which you get from not having any of your palm touching down on the strings. Or you can mute them. And that's another journey that... are you always throwing the A string? That's a really great question, Sean. No, I am not. I wanted to show you that alternating bass pattern because that is far harder. To do that all the time is harder than usually you find within this style of Piedmont playing. You learned it without. Yeah. I think it's just a good thing to be able to do, and then you can say to yourself, oh, I'm going to simplify. Because it's always great to have the agency to simplify, which is a very important thing to do. As a maximalist, or as a recovering maximalist, I can say that space in blues music is arguably more important than the notes that are happening. But it is great to just have your thumb able to do that pattern. But anyhow, like I was saying, the sound that I usually go for with this tune, I get from doing palm muting. So you hear how that's sort of more dense. It's muted as opposed to, you know, that sound I sort of more associate it with like, you know, like a more flat picky sort of style. But when it comes to doing a moving thumb, I think that thud really is helpful because it creates more of a contrast with a bright melody. You hear that? And it's sort of difficult to show, but you can see how this is sort of this part of my hand, you know, sort of the joint where, yeah, I guess my wrist or sort of this fleshy part is staying contacted down there, which creates that quality. You have to mess around with it, and everybody does it in their own way, but it's another thing that I think would be very fruitful to consider. And yeah, on top of that, maybe not there. So I'm doing two things there. And the first one is one of the most important thumb moves, which is something that if you're getting into this music, I implore you to practice because it shows up so much. And once you get the knack of it, it is a great tool to have in your arsenal. And there's a lot of different words for it. Some people call it a dead thumb or a slur, but basically what it looks like mechanically, and you can do this, I usually do it with the thumb pick, but you can do it with your bare thumb too. You're pushing. Basically, instead of a bass that sounds like where they're distinct, because of how your thumb is positioned, you push through the first string, and then you go towards through the second one, and then it creates an effect where the first note is almost like a grace note, like you don't really register it as much. And it can just create kind of a bit of a surge to it. The point in this song that I would include it in right here. Yeah, and it might be an interesting challenge to see how you can add these various embellishments into the song. But like I said, I will urge you for once more to keep it restrained, keep it tasteful. Let the song speak, and therefore or thereby allowing yourself to speak through it. And the final thing, which is also incredibly important, I would say close to being up there with all of this talk about the thumb, is what's happening with these picking fingers. Because, you know, this song sounds great, very, very sparsely played, where you're just hearing those notes. But what you can do is you can add brushes to this as well. So you can see there's a lot of different ways to go about it. It can be a little brush that's just a couple of strings. It can be a larger brush that's close to 4 strings. Yeah, but just in that spirit, get the bare bones of the song down, and once you do, keep listening, there are so many layers and this is one of John Hurt's most minimal songs, and still then, there are so many layers of knowledge that are contained within this music. So keep listening to it and keep experimenting with different things. So, just in the spirit of this being a class that gives you a framework to explore this repertoire but beyond this one song, I'm just going to give you a couple of things to think about, possibly incorporate into your practicing routine that would help with any Piedmont blues repertoire. And the first one is taking this alternating bass and rotate the chords you're doing and figure out what bass notes make sense. So let's say we go to C. That's a very common one. And you see that when it comes to the C chord, you move that finger up and down if you want to get that alternating bass going. So that's one way to do it. Or let's try going to an A chord. With an A chord, almost all the bass notes are open, except for that one on the D string. Let's try a D chord. Well, you'll notice that there's no obvious low E bass note for that. So I'm doing my pattern between D, G, A, G, D. Let's go to an E chord. That's the exact same as the G one we were doing before then. You don't have to move anything. So just, circle through the chords, get that bass moving so that it's not like you just feel comfortable doing it in one position. And, even if you just do this for a couple of minutes in when you sit down with your instrument, it incrementally builds over time to a point where it's something you don't even have to think about. And then, on top of that, think about all the different ways that these fingers in this picking hand interact with one another. So like I was demonstrating these different patterns that they do together, there's so many different little patterns that you can find. Patterns with one finger, patterns with 2 fingers, even patterns between all the fingers where there's, pinching that's going on. That's another really important thing to consider is because, for the sake of just an introduction to this song and this style, I'm speaking of these as being two distinct parts that are brought together and played. But in actuality, and you can hear this when listening to my paltry recreation of it or the glorious original, throw in an arpeggio, that's great advice, is that there's all these things that John Hurt does to bring these two parts together. So let's return to the song one more time. So you see right there, there is a bass note and a melody note falling on the same beat. So either that can just be 2 notes played, or you can turn it into a pinch. A pinch is just what it sounds like. It's just like one of these, but you're pinching the guitar strings. You're bringing your fingers together. And you see how that creates a different quality then. Here's another one. That's another one you can do. But yeah, and out of all of these pieces of information, which hopefully don't seem too disparate, the center thing that I cannot stress enough is how your ear should be the nucleus of all country blues activity. Because, you know, tablature, if you're really confused about something, or notation, it can be a good last ditch resort. But, you know, when it comes to that stuff, a mentor of mine said, you know, you don't, oh, do you want to talk about what an arpeggio is? I'll finish my little tablature rant. You want to be the person that decides how you play the song. You don't want somebody else to decide how it's done for you, because this is an active interpretation, listening to a song and learning it. And no two people have the same ears or the same way of understanding what a master singer and guitar player is doing. Okay, I'll briefly talk about, David, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by how you would throw an arpeggio into this. Do you mean just like... Or do you want to unmute and clarify what you were thinking with that? I think I kind of picked up what you were going at, but I'm not totally sure. Sure.
Well, I tend sometimes, like if I'm playing, let me do something that I would know rather than, but like just do like at the end of a bar, just hit like a,
Yeah.
or
totally. That's a great tip. Yeah, I sort of think about those as, I call them rolls. I think a lot of that is maybe that's just the evil banjo player devil sitting on my shoulder or something. But yeah, that's a great tip. And especially when you're listening to someone like Elizabeth Cotten, so much of her playing has to do with those yeah, so yeah, this one is, I mean, you could fit a couple of them in, I guess, but basically what David is talking about, if this is a technique that any of you are not familiar with, is usually you want to find a grouping of notes. So for example, on this chord, that could be the G string, the B string, and the E string that are right next to one another. And you do a quick movement, sort of fluid, between all three fingers. So this type of roll is known as what I think a forwards roll, which, because your fingers are going forwards, it's thumb, first, second. But you can do that backwards too. You can do second, first, thumb, which would be sort of weird in the song, but roll. Yeah, but he brought up a really good, he brought up a good point of just how you would want to fit that in, because you don't want that to be in conflict with the bass. You know, the rhythm of this is the most important thing to consider, I would say. If there isn't the groove there, it doesn't matter how much stuff you throw into there. It's sort of missing the point. But I'm just a real stickler when it comes to that. But yeah, I think about I hope you guys got the general idea of that song, and let me know. I think we still have a little bit of time left, and then we're gonna take a break. And if you want to stick around, I'll be just playing some more music that is not necessarily related to Mississippi John Hurt for all of you. And yeah, just let me know if there's any questions about this song, any questions about finger picking, or anything of that sort. Please hit me with it. I am right here for you.
I have a little question here.
Yeah, hit me.
It's not really about some kind of help, but what is your favorite John Hart lick?
John Hurt lick.
Yeah, John Hart.
I love the stuff where there's a whole chord sliding. Like he does that in Lewis Collin blues. But just how the notes land is always so perfect. And also, I love everything he does in Frankie and Albert. I think that I'm not in G right now, but I think that's all that stuff is so brilliant. But yeah, well, let me know if there's any other questions that you have. I was thinking that maybe we all could just, wherever we're feeling with this song, just play through it together, sing along with it, because that will get it in your noggin. So that's what I'm thinking right now. But if anyone else has a direction they would like to pull things in, please speak now. I'm gonna briefly retune because I think I fell a little bit out. Everyone is game for running through this at a reasonable tempo one more time and singing it. That sounds okay. Beautiful. So let's just start with a couple of measures of just that bass. Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Oh, tell him I'm gone. I don't want no cold iron shackles all around my legs. All around my legs. All around my legs. Let's throw that melody in. I'm rushing a little bit. Forgive me. I'm gonna slow this down. This is the hammer that killed old John Henry. Laid him low. Oh, laid him low. Oh, laid him low. captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Oh, tell him I'm gone. One time without any more embellishments. Great. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining. I hope you got something out of it. Yeah, I'm putting my email address in the chat. If any of you have any questions about this tune or anything, please do not hesitate to send them my way. And yeah, just the last chance, if there's anything else you got on your mind. I think we're gonna take a couple minute break. If you want to stick around, I'll be playing next little chunk of tunes. I am located in Tucson, Arizona currently, but I'm going to school in the Boston area. So yeah, it'll be all sorts of stuff. If you want to stick around, hilarity will potentially ensue. But yeah, that's about all from me. So just shoot me a message if there's any other things that come up, and there will be a recording of this posted onto the onto YouTube and onto the BSCP Facebook page if you want to replay anything. Yeah, thanks again.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks so much, Roman. Can you still hear me?
Anybody want to try playing it, give it a shot? I'm sure that some of you, I can tell by the way your assertive picking hands are situated, that this ain't your first time at the rodeo, so to speak. Any takers? Oh yeah, go for it, Chris.
I can't remember the words. See, that's what I always do. I always come in. It's like I can't quite get the timing right, you know.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing with Lonesome Valley. I can't quite get
that one's.
Yeah.
would be a nice follow-up one for some of you guys checking this out. Is yeah, that's such a great one, and it's all that, to the best of my knowledge, is a moving, same position moved up to the 5th fret and the 7th fret. Yeah, you gotta walk that lonesome valley. You gotta walk by yourself. No one else can walk it for you. You gotta walk that valley for yourself. My sister had to walk that lonesome valley. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, his melody lines are always so closely connected to the guitar lines. And if you just think about that, my sister had to walk, like, it's just, that's, yeah, it's all of the answers are there waiting for you. Cool. Well, yeah, in case anyone else wants to play something, or if you want to stick around, for I'll be back in a couple of minutes playing some more music, and yeah, that's about all for
Hey, buddy,
me.
thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. I didn't know you were still in Tucson, so we'll talk.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure. Okay.
All right.
Okay, we are back. Thank you, hey, Kathy. Thank you, John and John, for sticking around. Well, because not too many folks here this minute, if anybody, I had a couple of things that I knew for a fact I wanted to play, but if there's any specific requests, I know that this small crowd is of good taste, so I'm open to that sort of thing, or I can just get into some tunes that are in my hands, and we'll go from there. But let me know. It is rare that I am like, request. Well, here's a tune that I've been falling in love with recently from L. Zadie Robinson and Johnny St. Cyr called You Ain't the Last Man. I'll kick it up a little bit. Well, you say you are leaving. Please, man, goodbye. Well, I won't shed a tear. I won't even cry. Well, you ain't the last man that the good Lord made. I remember when you used to drive me wild. Well, your cheating ways has made my strong love mild. Oh, you ain't the last man that the good Lord made. I'm going to East, man, gonna get me a rocking chair. Well, if things don't change, gonna rock my sorrows way there. You ain't the last man, oh, that the good Lord made. Oh, you say you are leaving, oh, please, man, goodbye. And I won't shed a tear, I won't even cry. Oh, you ain't the last man that the good Lord made.
I might have a request.
Yeah, what is it?
So I heard you do a song. It was I think it was a female vocalist, but Last Kind Words.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, where do you find your like repertoire? Like pretty obscure stuff, no? Or I was wondering 'cause-
Oh, that one's amazing. That's from Geeshy Wiley and LV Thomas.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
probably their most popular tune. I'll play another Geeshy Wiley song that I've been loving
Okay.
after that. But yeah, a lot of it. There's so much good stuff on YouTube. I can email you some of my favorite. There's some channels that are just dedicated to posting some reissue stuff that's fallen out of print. But
Okay.
yeah, a lot of it has just been word of mouth, having people turn me on to great music and being very fortunate to have those sort of experiences. But all these things are so intimately connected that when you find somebody and you're like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this, what sort of scene were they in? You can usually trace it and find
Right.
even more great things.
Right. I had two questions real quick. Do you mind? Or no?
Yeah, go for it.
So, hey, are you still taking private students on Zoom or no?
Yeah, I
Right.
am.
I was
Yeah.
curious about that. I was kind of busy and I was trying to think about hitting you up for some lessons. And are you going to be playing Rollfest next year again?
Oh God, I hope so. I don't know about
Okay.
next year, but I really hope that I will be coming back
I
because
saw you and Roy Bookbinder and the Joy J. Say, who's from Chicago here. So you guys are all playing. So I'm like, I want to go next year.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I got to
awesome.
meet Joey, and he's the sweetest guy ever and such a great player.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool.
Okay, a bit of last kind words. The last kind words I heard my daddy say. Oh, the last kind words I heard my daddy say. If I die, now in the German war, I want you to send my body to my mother-in-law. If I get killed, now don't bury my soul. Just leave me out to die. Let those buzzards eat me whole. There's two trains coming, one's rolling round the bend. Oh, the other one blows just like my baby got right in. When you see me coming, look across that great big field. If I don't bring you flour, I will bring you bolted meal. That Mississippi River, it is deep and wide. I can stand right here, see my baby from the other side. What you do to me, baby, I'll never get out of me. I will see you when I cross the deep blue sea.
Good request, John. That was a good choice.
He plays everything well, so
Can't go wrong, right?
no, not really.
Oh, thank you. This is another great Gishu Wiley one that's called Eagles on the Half. And And I was listening to it and I was like, oh my God, how did I learn this in such a horrifically butchered way? Which is the best way to, lead into a song. It really makes everybody, just gritting their teeth in anticipation. But yeah, I think that she originally played it in A, but I settled to playing it in G for some reason or another. But I like how it works there, and I can sing it all right there. So anyhow, yeah, anyone who hasn't thoroughly checked out Gishu Wiley and LV Thomas, they recorded about 6 cuts, and they're all golden. And yeah, it's low, low down, dirty shame. It's low, low down, dirty shame. Got a good man, but I'm scared to call his name. Hold you down, daddy, let your mama see. Hold you down, daddy, and let your mama see. Wanna see that old business? It don't worry me. I don't care where you go, care how long you may stay. Don't care where you go, daddy, don't care how long you may stay. You better hope kind treatment will bring me back someday. He goes on the half, says, man, in God we trust. He goes on the half, says, in God we trust. I love you, daddy, but I love that dollar first. This is a good one to have a couple of finger picks with. Yeah, here's some Sleepy John Estes. I learned the song a while ago, and it sort of circulated through my noggin in different forms, but I revisited it early last week, and I was like, oh wow, this song is so fabulous. I need to put some more hours into it. So. freight rail park. I saw that manifest on that freight rail park. Couldn't hear that special agent when he comes, oh, slipping over top. Special agents in the country, oh, so hard on a man. Special agents in the country, oh, so hard on a man. Put him off when he's hungry, won't even let him ride no train. Special agent, had me off over time. Special agent, had me off over time. Got some recording to do, and I ought to be recording right now. Well, I've been enjoying playing this guitar, even though it feels like it's sort of towards the end of its life. Any guitar people out here know that when you see this happening to the back and this happening to the action, I can practically stick my thumb through it without any. It sounds great for slide. don't be worried. Don't be. Oh, don't be worried. See what the Lord has done. Keep your lamp trimmed and burning. Keep your see what the Lord has done, brother. Don't, oh, don't. Oh, meet me, Jesus, meet me, oh, meet me in the center of the air. If these wings don't fail me now, won't you meet me with another pair? Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Won't you meet me, Jesus? Well, well, well. Jesus gonna make up my dying bed. Gonna go to the river, take my foot up in the sand. Well, shout my troubles over, Lord. I'll make it to the promised land. Oh, well, well, well. Well, well, well. Oh, meet me, Jesus. Well, well, well. Jesus gonna make up my dying bed.
I didn't realize you were that good of a slide player, Jesus.
Huh?
I said, I didn't realize you were that good of a slide player, Jesus. It was really good.
Thank you, man.
Killer, man. Thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that the action is, big enough to stick a carrot through. Oh, and I have this fun effect in my arsenal. takes them puppies and a shaggy hound takes all of those doggies, takes all of those doggies. Run my baby.
Is that our? Sorry.
Yeah, that was a series of attempted tunes in open G, truncated by me realizing that I can't fret anywhere higher than the second fret.
Was it Arnold Burnside or?
Yeah, there was some Arl Burnside.
Okay.
Arl Burnside for that, he
Yeah.
can't really get that riff with the. Oh, maybe you can. Oh, I have a cool one for all of you. This was one, I was just out at this workshop and festival in Port Townsend, Washington, and got to spend some time with Jimmy Duck Holmes, who's been a incredible, just, I feel so fortunate to have been able to learn from him on multiple different occasions. And this time, I don't know what I said, or maybe I didn't say anything. It just felt like sharing some blessed knowledge. But he showed me how to play, how Jack Owens used to play Catfish Blues, which is real cool. I'll just go down.
You know what? Let me see if I can get JD on that. He just he was just at his juke joint.
Oh, wow.
To do some stuff to him. I'm gonna call him real quick.
I'm here. You don't have to call.
Are you there? Okay, so JD. Did you hear what
Yeah, I
Roman was
just
just talking about?
Yeah, the Blue Front Cafe. Went to see Jimmy Duck Holmes and hung out with him for a while. And
He's so.
I tell you, I went in to jam with him, and it seemed like it took him over a half hour just to try to tune his guitar. I have no idea what kind of tuning he was doing. It was all by ear, and he, just didn't make any sense to me the way he tuned.
It's open minor tuning.
Yeah.
So he tunes to about like C sharp, or sort of between C's.
Yeah, it was way out of tune from standard tuning. I guess it's that Bentonia blues tuning, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was a real cool dude, real fun to hang out with.
Did he teach you any songs, JD?
No, not really.
Okay.
I did buy a couple T-shirts and a cold beer.
Did you get any Kool-Aid pickles?
No. It was amazing though. I ordered my stuff and I bought it, and I was expecting to pay cash, and he has like a credit card reader right there. Oh, just stick your credit card in. So Jimmy Duck Holmes is a little bit high tech,
Yeah, I'm sure he got some. There's always some people helping him. Did you by any chance meet someone named Megan May?
Actually, he was the only person there when I went. I heard he's pretty wealthy.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, well, I don't know. Pretty wealthy.
Relative.
Yeah, relative. Anyhow, here's a bit of the Jack Owens
Jimmy Duck.
Catfish Blues. Well, if I was a catfish, swim down in the deep blue sea, I would have somebody fishing after me, fishing after me, fishing after me. Well, I've got two puppies and a old shaggy hound. Takes all of those dogs. Run my baby down. Run my baby down. Went down to my baby's house, sat down on the step. You can come out on in, my husband just now left. Husband just now left. So I asked my baby to let me lay down by her bed. Put your leg on me till it turns cherry red. Till it turns cherry red.
I took a picture of you so I can put it in the newsletter.
Well, just to nerd out with all of you a bit more. So I think actually what I was doing, I was playing for Jimmy Duckholmes, my attempt to play Skip James' Catfish Blues. And he's like, yeah, that's Skip James's version is all right, but I like Jack Owens the best. But just so you can get a sense of the intergenerational evolution of Bentonian blues music, I kind of want to play for you how Catfish Blues sounded a generation back. Well, I don't know if Skip James was such a singular player, but it is a very different song.
JD, he should hear it how Nate plays it, right?
Yeah, quite a bit different.
Yeah, we have a local guy that on our Blues Society CD, he played a version of that song, but it's very Not like any you've heard.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure this version will be very different too. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird if it starts with. Oh, I wish was a catfish swim down in the deep blue sea. I would have somebody throwing line for me, throwing line for me, line for me. I went to that church house, got down on my knees to pray, got on my bended knees, didn't have not a word to say, not a word to say, word to say. I don't want to be a little bullfrog. Don't want to be a old tadpole. Can't be a catfish now. Don't want to swim at all. Don't want to swim at all. Swim at all. Yeah, I think that's probably about the weirdest version. I mean, Catfish Blues is about as close to, you know, being a standard blues song. I don't know. People don't really call things standards in the world of blues music quite as much, but there's so many different incredible floating versions of it. I mean, yeah, but Skip James surely knows how to make things completely distinctive. Well, yeah. Are there any other directions you three dear folks that have stayed with this the whole time? I could take things back in more of a slide direction, play some more finger picking Piedmont blues like some Gary Davis or anything, or I can just play and.
I was just gonna say Gary Davis.
Which do you want, a chill Gary Davis or an insane Gary Davis?
Oh man.
Or in between?
Let her rip. Let's hear it. Did you do I thought I heard you cover a Gary Davis song. I'm losing can't remember now, but which one it was.
Well, if we want to do some fun crowd voting, I could do one of his first ever commercial recordings, which is called "I'm Throwing Up My Hand," which sounds just like a Blind Boy Fuller tune. Go figure, because Blind Boy Fuller learned from him, most likely. Samson and Delilah, that's a ridiculous one. There's a beautiful little sweet one of his. Yeah, you know, it's been a while since I've done Samson and Delilah. I'm up for giving that one a shot.
I think that's what I heard you do.
Yeah.
It was really good.
oh God, I haven't played this one in forever. There's a bunch of fast, raggy Gary Davis ones in G, and I used to do this one of his called the 12 Sticks, which I'll try to lead into that one with. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would tear this old building down. Old Delilah, she was a woman, fine and fair. She had good looks, God knows, cold black hair. Delilah, she got on old Samson's mind. He'd never seen a woman so fair and fine. Delilah, she sat down on Samson's knee, said, tell me where your strength lies, if you please. She spoke so kind, God knows, and talked so fair. Samson said, Delilah, it's in my hair. You can shave my head as smooth as my hand, and my strength comes natural as any other man. If I had my way, if I had my way, well, you heard about Samson from all the works, the strongest man ever lived on earth. One day Samson was walking along, he looked on the ground, saw an old jawbone. With just one move, God knows it broke like thread, and when he got out of move, 10,000 were dead. Good God, if I had my way in this wicked world now, if I had my way, I would, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's one of those ones where it's like I don't play it out that much just because there's I spent some time with Roy Bookbinder. He was, oh God bless him. He was the person that asked me out to play Merle Fest, and I got to have a couple of days beforehand and then during the festival just talking with him a lot. Many things, but including Reverend Gary Davis. And just hearing him talk about, he not only was a friend and assistant of Gary Davis for many years, but he got to experience him playing this music in the context that it was really meant for, which was the congregation that he led. And after an experience like that, it's understandably so. These are not just songs. There's so much weight and intensity, and I think that goes for all of Gary Davis's material, but also his guitar playing is just so singular that many people, get obsessed with it and want to learn it because it's, nobody plays like him. But yeah, it just has me thinking a lot about, the stakes of playing this music or singing this music. And I think you really have to know what your goal is when playing his sacred music, because it is not just words and music. It is far more than that. But this is a beautiful one. I will do my last singing in this land, child, someday. I will do my last singing in this land, oh, someday. I don't know, can't tell where, maybe somewhere high up in the air. I will do my last, oh, somewhere. I will do my last traveling in this land, oh, somewhere. I will do my last traveling in this land, oh, somewhere. I don't know, can where it be, maybe somewhere far across the sea. I will do my last preaching in this land, oh, somewhere. I will do my last preaching in this land, oh, somewhere. I don't know where it'll be, as long as the Lord still believes in me. I will do my last somewhere.
Sounding really good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. That's one that you just have to listen to the original recording of it. I'm pretty sure it was pretty close to the end of his life, and you just feel the weight of every single one of the words that he's singing. It's remarkable song. Let me see if I can. I woke up this morning, I could guess you was gone. Woke up this morning, I could guess you was gone. So by my bedside hung my head, my head, my head in the ain't none of my business, but I know it ain't right. Ain't none of my business, but it sure ain't right. Take another man's woman, play yo 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 all night. Oh, I'm a stranger here. Just come in your town. I'm a stranger here. Just came in this train. And I long to hear some good gal call mine. That's a weird one. That's Yo-Yo. Well, okay, so I first heard that song as No No Blues, recorded by Curly Weaver in 1928 or something. And then I heard Yo-Yo Blues. They're identical songs, mind you. I heard Yo-Yo Blues recorded by Barbecue Bob, and I assumed that the Yo-Yo version, had to have been the less serious, derivative cover or repurposing. But as a matter of fact, the Yo-Yo came before the No-No, so Barbecue Bob's was first. always like to end with a bit of Fred McDowell. Yeah, I don't know exactly what will come out of this, but I've sort of been playing Write Me a Few of Your Lines with a lot of the vocabulary of Shake 'Em On Down, so I'll give that a shot. See that newspaper hanging oh, mama, mama, on that shelf. See that newspaper hanging oh, on that shelf. I'm getting so tired of sleeping by myself. When you get home, please, please write me a few of your lines. When you get home, mama, please write me a few of your lines. Oh, there'll be consolation, there'll be consolation, there'll be consolation for my worried mind. take a great big jump. Going down to the river, I'll take a great big jump. Used to be a wise man, but you made me a chump.
Yeah.
Right. Beautiful.
Well, yeah, thanks for staying around and listening. And yeah, this goes out to either John. Yeah, if there's any lingering questions or anything of the sort, please shoot me a message and I will, yeah, certainly get back to you. Yeah.
And on behalf of the Blues Society, thank you so much. And, looking forward to getting you here someday in person.
Oh, it's happening this year. I can feel it. Yeah.
Like in the spring, maybe, or.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, it really would be. I've been looking forward to that for a long time.
Yeah. Enough screens. Let's.
Yeah, the real deal.
Yeah.
Real thing. But this has been great, and it's so good that you're able to be comfortable on Zoom and do it like you did all through COVID. All your port shows and all your shows for us and different ones. And I know you've been really busy at school with all your performances. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. And thank you, John, for joining.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you all, and I'll as soon as I get the recording downloaded, I'll send it over to what's his name? I'll send it to the lovely gentleman that offered.
Well, you can send it to Joe or to me or to any of us. We'll get it there.
Okay.
And John, our website number is bscpblues.com.
Okay.
So you can, and we have a YouTube site, so his show will be on.
Okay, great.
You'll be able to see it anytime you want. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All
Cool.
right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.